We gone. Up on YouTube. See.
Wide open and wide open.
Mm-hmm. Give people time. Last time they came in the room talking, hey, what I miss?
Really?
Yeah. They was in there. What I miss?
That's what we got to be good on time so they already know what it is.
Yeah. So now we start. Give them a little time.
They'll run it back though and be able to see it. Come on, saying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Businessman.
I'm a businessman. I'm a businessman. Let me take care of my business. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. In the building.
What's up, everybody in TV land? I see you out there.
What's up, bro?
What's up?
What's up?
Mm-hmm. We live. We live? Hey, hola mi gente. It's your man, the Afro-Rican Orlando Crespo, giving you the rice and beans. Know what I mean? What up, slime?
Hey. What's happening? It's your boy Colin Park, Sean. He was a little paint. Well, it ain't little seasoning with some reasoning. We got some little flurries last night.
Oh, man.
I wasn't happy about that. We got the original boys up in here. The Four Horsemen. We back again telling people who y'all with.
Yo, what's good? It's the God Flex, the original Rude Intellect. Back in the building. Let's go.
Yo, what up, though? Y'all know I like to say that shit. 18th, man.
It worked for you, bro.
Let's go.
I know everybody. I'm getting text already. I see the room got the notification.
Yeah, we
Okay.
room is back open.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
The room is back open.
Oh, man.
We've been getting so much heat for the way we had to pause the room for a minute.
Yeah, man.
It was necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was on our head. We had to refocus our efforts to what was going on. We got a little distracted, handling everybody else's stuff in our room.
It is some work.
It's a work.
It's work.
And you and Ralph can talk on it more than I can because y'all was up early. Early.
Just trying to support us, bro. We're using our platform to put y'all on the next level. If you see no clip. But it's all good. Hey, it was a job, definitely. Shout out to everybody that was a part of that room, still a part of the room. And we welcome you back. Let's just focus on the podcast and on our entrepreneurs. And we might have a melee on the weekend or something like that. I'll let the 18 go into more detail. But we appreciate y'all, man. Can't wait to see y'all again.
Taste is important in any brand. And we kind of lost focus in that. We was having a little bit too much fun.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to shut it down, get our shit together. Now we back at it. As of right now, it's opened up. So whatever y'all gonna do, y'all got about a week before it really take a major change.
I'm gonna just go in there and hit approve all and get that shit out the way.
Hey, that was the problem.
That was the problem. That's how we messed up the first time.
We want to improve it, make it more classy, less trashy. We got a little beside ourselves, wrapped up in fun. But we're still gonna have fun, but we gotta bring it to a respectable level.
For real.
So this is me telling everybody, send me all your names and shit. It ain't gonna make it long. It probably won't make it. You know what I'm saying?
All them silly memes, probably not gonna make it.
Not all of them.
Some of that shit gonna make it. I ain't gonna lie.
I said something.
He said he the oracle.
Because there was a couple of people that was just sending. Y'all wake up about 12 requests from one person.
man. You know,
On some stupid stuff too.
Yeah, he needs to be his own stand-up.
and we definitely want the interaction. We just we got to get it together.
We hope y'all hung around, got this notification, come on in this live with us. Either way, we still gonna do it. We got to do it, guys.
That's right.
So, what y'all got on the table today? What's happening this week?
Oh man, nothing much. Man got his first win.
Okay.
Yeah, them boys are 1 and 2.
One
Bang, 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 bang.
Congratulations
bang,
to
bang.
them Ellenwood Yellow Jackets out there.
That's good because that last loss that they took, that was
Yeah, mercy rule.
Man, they got beat like that.
oh
They
my.
stopped it in the 4th quarter. Yeah, they pretty deflated. You know. First quarter, 25-1. But, you know, they showed good hustle.
They beat shit out of you. Somebody got to see.
Hey man, you learn more from your losses than you
I'm
do your
telling you,
wins.
you gonna win some of
Yeah,
those.
them feelings, you hold them feelings.
Yeah,
I want Mercy rule me again.
right. He ain't like that.
Nah.
Oh, we walking out of there.
Ah, man.
They beat shit out.
Yeah.
Talking about sports, your boy just retired today.
Tom.
I ain't know that.
Yeah, he just retired. About 3 hours.
Tom terrific. Hanging it up, huh? His decision or family?
Well, he said it's gonna come down to what they said. So.
I mean, he our age though. I mean, I respect it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Doing it at that level.
And I remember him laying on the ground versus the Rams, just looking up like, yo,
Yeah,
what
It's
am I
over
doing?
there. Like, yo, it's real.
What I'm doing.
Then he got a text. I was like, wow.
He sure did, didn't he?
Yeah,
First
yeah.
one ever.
That's the first time
Yeah.
I ever seen him get a flag.
Damn.
That's why he said, I'm done now.
Well, when he was leaking,
The power's gone. I'm done.
he was leaking.
They not cheating for me no more.
I'm out.
I don't want to be here.
I'm
Thank
out
you
of
for your services, Tom. Get the fuck out of here. Big respect to the GOAT.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's get into some real stuff, man. In today's society, what do y'all think is more important? And it goes more on perspective. Do you think us being very vocal and vigilant about our race is more important, or is it still down to being rich or being poor?
I'm just a little confused. Are you asking me, do I put my community over myself and my own? I'm just confused on the question, I guess.
It's more so like if we were to turn on the news today, and or even social media, because that's where a lot of people get their information from. What do you feel is exactly? What do you feel is more important, race or money?
I mean, ultimately, I want my community to thrive, and to help them thrive is gonna take like action, effort, but we also need support too. So money is important, just as important, if that makes sense. I'm gonna always be for the Black community because it's what shaped me, it's what molded me, it's where I come from, you know. So I'm gonna give my homeboy Gary a shout out right now because he always says that no one man can rise above the conditions of his people.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that he brought, but that's something that we always spoke on. I mean, so shout out to G for giving me that. But I agree with that. Like money is important. You know what I'm saying? But the state of our community, of my community, is what's ultimately important to me. Like if I don't make no impact on my community and nobody know how, I wasted however many years y'all give me. You know what I mean?
So my question to you is, and I'm thinking of, when I look at certain promotions or people that are thriving, and they're talking about, oh, you need to do this to make this type of money, or you need to do this to make this type of influence. Are we focusing on making money as the Black community? Are we focused more on making money, or are we focused more on community?
Making money.
I say making money too.
Yeah.
Everybody's money driven.
Because everybody will tell you I can't help my community, and it's so false. But I can't help my community if I ain't got no money either, and that's not really true. But But I do believe money is a driving factor to a lot of things that happen and a lot of things that we do.
And you need that to improve your community.
Yeah.
Not just actions alone. You don't need those resources.
Well, you know, they have, I'm not going to say that you need, well, and what I mean by that is the initial, when you look at something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know where I'm going with it. So,
Go ahead.
because a lot of times people tend to just say, hey, well, he making this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at, let's look at AB's situation.
Okay.
We had so many people that jumped out and was like, oh, let that black man do what he gonna do. He making his money, this and that. But how important is that when you have kids that look up to this guy, and literally the NFL is saying it's okay to be a fool. You've been doing this all your career.
Mm-hmm.
And it's some people that say, oh, well, let this black man do this. He got his own money. He got this, he got that. But what is he doing to your son that watches football that's coming up? Is he taking that in to say, okay, well, I can act how I want to act when I want to act when I get a certain level? So where's the divide?
I definitely got a response for this.
Okay.
Okay, so cool. Check it. My question to anybody who has this issue is, what is your definition of a role model?
Mm.
Because I think that is where our community kind of lacks at times when it comes to who we look up to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I can honestly sit here and tell you that as a kid, I love Michael Jordan, David Robinson. Daryl Strawberry was a huge influence on me as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Rakim was a huge influence. Ice Cube, huge influence. Scarface, let me not forget the people who were huge influences on me.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, my pops was probably my biggest hero.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So what are we actually making these role models? Like, is it status that we chase, or is it the moral values that we chase? Because my father, on the real, was a bus driver and ticket inspector for the city, metro department. That's what he did.
Right.
But to me, my father was everything.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have a lot of money going up. You know what I'm saying? And I ate every night going up.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I understand what it takes as an adult to actually make that happen. But even at this, I have more appreciation for him now than I did as a kid. Charles Barkley taught us a long time ago that I'm not a role model.
Right.
And even though
Didn't he take a lot of heat?
he did, because he is a role model.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what he said, what he was meaning to say when I'm not your only role model. Like, it's okay to want to be Charles Barkley when you grow up. You know what I'm saying? But you have to have the moral side of these things too, which I think Charles kind of fell off on. Not personally, you know what I'm saying? Because he was chasing money. Because like we said in this, to begin, it's about money. You know what I'm saying? At some point, black men have to actually stand up and say that it's bigger than me. And we don't always do that.
Mm-hmm.
We don't always do that. It's always somebody cutting us a check. Why we ain't there at the top of the hill cutting somebody else's check? Because we always chasing the check from somebody else. I don't want to call people who do this because we all do it. We all work at somebody's place of employment. We're all, employees somewhere, regardless if you're working McDonald's. Yeah, we are. That's what we are, and we sell all our creativity for a salary. Yeah. And that's really the issue in the black community. We are the more creative people. And when I say black, no disrespect, Crystal. I'm not discounting because Spanish or the Hispanic community does as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we all of us are selling all our creativity for definitely less than what it's worth, in my opinion. Which is why when you get to that stage in life where you feel like I can do better than this, it's like, because you understand that you're valued more. And I think that's something that we don't necessarily teach our kids at youth. We teach our kids to chase education, and education isn't always scholastic.
Right.
I know I'm talking about something.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get the question down. I'm sitting over here like, they didn't mean it that way? Like,
I was struggling with it too, so I definitely
Yeah,
understand
yeah.
what you're saying.
I'm
It's
trying to
how
get
it's posed.
yeah.
So I just took how I felt about
Like,
it and spoke it.
Is it are you saying the importance of money versus who you are as a individual? Or, like, I'm really lost in the question.
More so like from what society puts out. Is it more important because society would tell you get your money, but as a black minority, is it more important?
Second round. Like,
Yeah,
we don't want to exclude.
Is it more important to focus on community?
I'm gonna say this. That comes down to what's more important to you. And the reason I say that is because everybody doesn't have the dream to be wealthy, rich. You know, I'm gonna use rap. I'm gonna use hip hop, excuse me, as an example. You got the Diddy's, the Death Rows, Cash Money. You got all that. Then you got Rockers. Remember Rockers Records?
Records was
You know what I'm saying?
music was beautiful back then.
You got labels like that who they would, put in a box and call them backpacks.
Culture driven.
Yeah.
Culture driven.
Like you got that. You got the people that could make millions, but they rather keep it authentic to them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's another closer example, especially in hip hop. You got Jadakiss, right? Major label. That's where he wants to be. And then you got Styles P. Styles gave up the major label to be independent. It was a sacrifice of money in there somewhere for him. You know what I'm saying? Versus Jada. Jada won't. He said just because he, quote unquote, he don't want to do the footwork. So he lazy on that aspect. You know what I'm saying? But there's people that do it, which makes him a lot more money. With Styles, he gotta get out there and do it himself. If he don't promote it, it don't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess with that, I'm probably a little off, but it all depends on what you feel is more important to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, money solves a lot of issues. You get a lot done with money, but sometimes you gotta sacrifice a little for that money. It's hard for me. Like, we always talk about wearing jerseys and stuff, and like I told you, like I don't wear jerseys because I don't want to walk around with another man's name on my back.
I respect that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's more than one. I don't know what that man did to get there.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I could just wear it as who he is, but I kind of look deeper into people. You know what I'm saying? Because you can be nice on the court, and I hate to use it, especially with the days that just passed. You know I'm about to go with this. Take Kobe Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
Peace. The mama.
Right.
We love Kobe on the court. I'm gonna say we don't know him enough. Out of respect.
Right. That was nice.
Off the court. But what we do know, a lot of us don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
a lot of us don't agree with a lot of the stuff.
Like you know what I'm saying? But that kind of, in some people's eyes, that could make or break how they feel about him, even on the court.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, or field, whatever you want to use.
Because there's some people I might not rock with because of how they are off the court.
Right, you know
You nice, but I'm good.
I ain't fucking. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
So
good.
I guess with me, it's just like I said for the third time, it just depends on what's important.
That's a good way to put it, because that spills over into entertainment. You know, when people are like, I'm not listening to R. Kelly no more. I'm not listening to Michael Jackson no more. And I'm one of those people who say, hey, if you're gonna dig in everybody's box, you wouldn't be looking at TV, you wouldn't be listening to radio, have the stuff you grew up on, you wouldn't be dealing with.
Right. Looking at how they listen, look at themselves in the mirror.
That shit, definitely.
Right.
So it's
Yeah. So I definitely get, and let me tell you, when it comes up to Kels, man, like I'm gonna tell you, Kels that have great music. It's like that. I'm not on the cancel Kels. If Kels comes on, I'm listening. I'm rocking.
Yeah,
But I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Kels on to go listen to him.
You know what it is with Kels?
To be honest, just to be honest, if you come on, you know what I mean.
You know what it is?
Right.
I'm with it. But
You had a document with Kels that you could actually put a picture
So
With a lot of what was going on versus
And stories.
we knew Marvin Gaye, alcoholic, you know what I'm saying, all that, but
Yeah.
we never seen it. We just heard about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
stories.
Yeah.
Versus
Michael Jackson,
footage.
you know what I'm saying? We never seen it. We got close to see it, but we
Yeah.
never seen it.
Bad time.
You know what I'm saying?
Bad.
Bad
So it was just that, you know, people see that shit.
You kind of eat everything for what happened before him too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now it's like,
You're right.
And-
No floodgates.
I
Yeah.
mean, because I hear people say, yo, he was singing to a little girl. Like, it all depends on how you take it.
Going in more
You know what I'm
depth now
saying?
when you
Like,
listen to it.
right.
but that's a personal opinion
But
too.
that's
That's in your mind.
because you don't
To
know.
me, when I sing it,
Yeah.
I'm singing it to my beautiful baby. And she's of age.
Right.
If you're gonna benefit.
And I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to make it seem like, because I honestly, you know, I'm not really arguing anyway. So, like, I don't go around and say, oh man, I want to go hear the Pied Piper today.
Right.
But if he come on, I ain't gonna tell you I ain't gonna sing the
If
song.
I got on shuffle and come on,
I'm not
Right.
running the
Right.
skip.
Right.
I just ain't. I'm not that firm to the cancel culture.
If anything, I'll be like, damn.
But I respect people that are,
Yeah, people that just
Oh, yeah.
because maybe you know, and because you never know, that could be a trigger for them. Some people have been through some of the stuff that they, you know, allegedly happened with him. So I'm not knocking them.
I don't care. That's another show. Let's
No, that's the same show. Same show. It's all about your triggers, bro.
Yeah.
Kels might trigger somebody. NFL might, you know, I love white man. They do though. Y'all do.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
They never did nothing bad to you. They paid all your bills.
Oh man, listen. Genuine said we only support the community through holiday drives.
Anyone. You know, Derek, shout out to Derek Carr, man.
Right.
There you go.
That's
Okay.
Derek Carr. That's what that
Carr.
is.
We need to teach
Okay.
kids to analyze the talent a person holds and their intelligence.
That's big. Why you ain't say that when you was on here? I ain't hear that when you was on here.
He ain't have a
She ain't have a chance. We was talking about some
Yeah,
other
yeah.
stuff.
All right, my bad.
Back, though.
Derek, my bad.
Yeah.
No disrespect, my bad.
He'd be back for sure. Yeah, he'd be back for sure. But even all right, since we're talking about how we receive stuff, do y'all think the media is the problem with how we receive our information nowadays?
I would not blame the media totally for what's going on. Because you got an option to how much energy you get. That's nonsense all day. Now that I'm part of this TikTok community. You know what I'm saying?
Bing bong.
Is it addictive?
Hell yeah. It is.
I heard it was.
I can be sitting there, man, and be like, I'm gonna go watch bullshit. And I go straight and I know where to find it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna use hip hop. But anyway, check this out. I just read this the other day. They was talking about women's hip hop and where is it going? You know what I'm saying? And it's like porn rap. You know what I'm saying? But the young lady said pressure to make this music. And I was like, nah, that's not true. You're not pressured to make it. You decided, you know what I'm saying, to make it. But if you look at who owns all this, you know what I'm saying, the multimedia, like I really kept it because I thought it was interesting. Let me pull this up right quick in a second.
When we get through this too, I'm gonna speak on how we be devil's advocate on this.
Yeah. Okay.
Just so you know. Attack your opinion.
Let people see what they think we don't have.
Right.
Yeah. Because people don't think that we disagree. That's funny.
Okay, here we go. Excuse me.
Not having your stuff prepared. You good. Man, because you're not prepared.
I mean, you know, I had a lot to do. Okay, check this out. It says 37 years ago, 50 companies owned 90% of U.S. media. Today, 90% of U.S. media is owned by 6 companies: Viacom, News Corporations, Comcast, CBS, Time Warner, and Disney.
Yeah.
Okay, these ain't just like
It's majors.
yeah.
That's why they own.
You know
There's
what I'm
only
saying?
6 of them.
Right.
So You look at a majority of everything we watch is on these channels, right? Everything produced that makes it is definitely on one of these channels. You know, when you watch the news, how much do you look at it and be like, I believe that?
It's real. That's on TV.
Right.
But that's the attitude. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that's
It's
the
real,
attitude,
right?
right? You know what I'm saying? Think
They
about-
wouldn't report on it if it ain't real.
Think about it like this. You watch a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying, movies, the news, you want to say. So a lot of shit, you see it so much, you program to believe that it's just real. A lot of people read only on Facebook. They think Facebook is that real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Think about when you see a story, you don't even, a lot of people don't even, I ain't gonna say you, don't even do it. You just put it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Brazil spoke that about being first. It ain't about being true, it's about being first.
Right.
Am I gonna sit here and say the media is totally the reason for that? No. I won't do that because we talk about algorithms and things that you
The reason why we need you to like, share, and subscribe more.
algorithms and how things work. So my Instagram will look different than yours because we gonna have different interests. So when you start plugging this shit in, that's what you're gonna get out. That you programmed your own self with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion.
Right.
Y'all go right in. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so thank you. Thank you for your time. So I feel that women in hip hop are definitely pressured because the thing that drives music or most things is sales. So if you're not talking about how let your nana is
Right.
or how far you can go down on somebody's
Mm-hmm.
eggplant, I don't think that you're going to get the same responses. And like we are in the era of everything is about shock.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Shock.
Because shock isn't what's going to bring views. Like,
Right.
oh man, Shorty did such and such, and he went viral, or she went viral,
Mm-hmm.
or because you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So going viral is actually adding that shock to different things. And the reason why I say that they're in hip hop when you say that there are, because there are women who can rap, but even in men's hip hop, substance isn't what sells.
Absolutely. We know
It's shock.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Mhm.
saying like something like, yo, I relate to that. That's crazy that he said.
It's an
And a
audience.
bar can, yeah, so a bar could be weak.
Mhm.
And it could be a bar that even true hip hop purists respect.
Right.
But it's like, yeah, man, it's relatable.
You know my issue, and not to cut you off.
You did though.
You feel me?
I am now.
We can go with
No, it's done though.
that. Megan Thee Stallion has a degree.
Mm-hmm.
She's like probably number one or number two as far as female.
Female hip hop. Right.
Mm-hmm.
What does she rap about?
I don't know, and it's like what I'm about to say.
What does she rap about?
But hold on, but what I'm saying is this: we had an era where women's rights and protect women and all that is at an all-time high. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, somebody might be able to correct me. Has she made that song?
She probably has. It's probably buried on her album though.
Yeah.
It's not on the radio.
Like I don't
It's not
know.
right.
And
You know
that's
what I'm saying?
like that's part of the problem. So that is why I feel that the media absolutely controls the narrative of what's going on. Because we have as the media, when I say we,
So
so
there's
it's
money.
definitely not Flex.
So,
Right.
so let me
has
let me
the
ask you
power
this.
to
Is it-
dictate narrative.
Let me ask you this: is it the media or is it money?
That's all the thing. The media's doing it for money.
Oh, no, you're doing it for money,
I'm not doing it for
but not you. You know what I'm saying?
No, but listen to what I'm saying.
This is
Listen to what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. This is a money-driven business. Yeah, they're trying to get us to go.
That's what we want.
He usually
It's-
sits back.
It's a money-driven business,
Right.
right? So the media will put out things to actually
Together.
produce more money.
That way. Yeah, absolutely.
So, which is why you see 90% of the nonsense that you see.
But what I'm saying is, the media can only put out what you give.
Yeah, but to take it back to what I was saying,
Okay.
the pressure to give them something to give me more money, I feel that. Everybody,
So that's what I'm saying. Are they
as
doing it?
a content creator, we're content creators,
Absolutely.
right? If right now somebody said, I would come in the door right now, I would give y'all $10 million, But the only thing that the Soundproof Hunger Room could talk about is foolishness in the Black community. You have a decision to make.
Right.
Some people are going to make the decision to say, nah, that's not what we started this for. And some people are going to say,
Give me a little money.
10 mil.
Right.
And I probably could, I could finagle this to where, yeah, I'm going to be talking about nonsense, but they have a good meaning. It'll be a good message on the backside.
But even with that, it's still about the money, though, right?
Everything's about money.
But
This is America.
what I'm saying is, if they got the power to make this kind of money off nonsense, why not give it a try? Jay-Z tried it.
No, I don't disagree with that. But what I'm saying is, it's the market and the media who actually promote that. Because that was the original question.
Yeah.
If I'm
Yeah, is it the problem? And how
it's the problem. The problem is how much, you know,
not just me, all types of me.
do you realize if you go through your friends right now, especially females, even though men too, I don't even do that, even because that was a little too harsh. I said that too hard. But people love drama.
Oh, absolutely.
They want drama TV series,
Oh, yeah.
they want drama movies, but they don't want drama in their life, so they say.
Right.
Like people will say, see, you giggle because you've heard it before. People will say, yo, listen, I don't have no drama in my life, so I like watching it on TV. Nah, it relates to you. That's why you like watching.
So how much blame, you gotta put a number on, are you giving media?
Media holds a big, for me, it holds a big percentage of it. And I'm going to say that media is, I'm honest, I'm 45%. 45% is media. Because I think there's a higher power that's actually controlling media.
Absolutely.
The people with the money.
Yeah,
The people, like, we do realize in this that money is actually paper. It has no real worth.
Right.
We understand.
We get
So the people who give who control media are actually saying that, like, look, we'll give you a certain amount of dollars if you produce this product for us. It's like us at labor. So they say at jobs, they say, if you produce us this type of production, then we will give you this amount of money, even though it's an hourly service. It's the same thing with media. The people with power are actually saying, we will give you more monetary compensation if you produce more of this product.
Okay, but let me
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. But let me ask you this.
Sean, you're looking at me crazy. I feel like it don't make sense.
When it comes down to
I'm trying to.
responsibility for what the media puts out, who's responsible?
The media has no responsibility to anything except for the dollars.
So is that the 50-50?
No, I don't really say it's 50-50 because I think it's 100% the people who pay the media to do it.
Whoever's
But even
putting
though
out
I
the
will give it,
nonsense, if
like,
you're under
so
contract
listen,
with the media, right?
you the person.
You the person.
So I can't put it all on you. And and I'm gonna tell you, I'll give you my full breakdown. 45% is media. 50% to me is the people controlling the media. And the 5% of us, we fall into it. Because if you don't subscribe, then they have to change the narrative. The people, the power is always in the people.
But that's what I'm saying.
But the power is in the people, but the people who control the narrative is actually giving you stuff that you say that you're not interested in, but you watch it.
If you don't subscribe to it and don't even put it out.
No. That's two different things, bro. Me not subscribe, I don't subscribe to a lot of stuff.
Absolutely.
And a lot of stuff is out.
Absolutely.
So
what I'm saying is on a bigger scale of not even putting it out.
they're not gonna not put it out because there are people subscribing. I don't subscribe, you don't subscribe, you don't subscribe, and you don't subscribe. But it's enough. There's four people.
I watched a man tell motherfuckers to cut their hair from a button-up shirt back in 2000. One motherfucker, and everybody did it
Why?
because of who he was.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like you telling me, let's take the top 5.
How much they paying for that?
I don't know what they paid that man.
But you understand?
I ain't in it, but what I'm saying is this: if he got that much power, you telling me that
He don't.
finished. If it was done on the woman's side, just with the music, it couldn't change.
No, I'm not saying that.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm saying, but who writes that narrative?
The person that writes the lyrics.
No.
That's what I'm looking at.
No.
So you only taking 5% of the blame of what everything is put out?
I'm taking, yes.
Absolutely not.
So can I explain? Can I explain it?
Go ahead.
Because the people, at the end of you said, in this show, and I don't want to do this again because I know we had a show like this.
Come on.
Because you said that it's money.
Absolutely.
And people are
I just said that.
I know,
Yeah.
and now you know, and now everybody watching that know. So y'all, I want y'all to hit the 18 and understand and let him know because he don't listen to me.
If you change the narrative,
Who controls narrative?
the artist.
No,
Nah,
absolutely not.
The people with the money.
if
Because
you-
the artist is
Listen to
going.
what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
I didn't want to listen.
This is what I'm saying. If your major artists change what they're doing, everybody else falls in line.
I'm not paying my major artist.
It's not gonna sell. Hey,
I'm not paying
me as the guy with the check.
One thing,
when you come out with
one
your,
thing I
with your
will, go ahead.
if I'm the guy with the check and you've been doing gangster rap the whole time and we've been making millions out your back and then you come out with some conscious rap,
Right.
we're not putting that out. We're not putting that out. You got to come with something else.
One thing I know.
Do a
about-
mixtape, nigga. Call Case Lane.
One thing I've seen
Uh-huh.
is that whatever we back strongly goes to the forefront. Always.
Can I respectfully disagree for a second?
Go ahead.
So, I do hear what you're saying.
As long as you understand what I'm saying.
I do. And you know what? I don't even want to say, I do understand what you're saying.
Good.
But a lot of times, the whole backing comes from the narrative that's written. Which is why, to this day, we are still niggas, bitches, and hoes.
Absolutely.
Because that is the narrative. And lazy. I don't want to forget lazy. Like, the people who built this country, you
who's
say we're
responsible
lazy.
for that?
the narrative, the people, the 50%.
It's the people that's
Well, how much?
50.
That's what I
told you.
said.
Yeah, y'all do kind of agree.
That's what I said.
In between, yeah, in between y'all going back, y'all did agree, and y'all missed it because y'all was getting y'all point. That's a
I don't
lesson.
have a problem.
I
I know I might miss it.
that is a lesson right there. When you're having a discussion, a passionate, situational conversation.
Right.
Listen,
I don't
we
agree.
might agree,
I don't
to
agree
a
with the
certain
happy-
extent.
Yo, listen.
but I'm gonna prove my point.
If we ain't both walking down Delavan, and if he walking down Delavan and I'm walking down Tennessee, even though we going north, I don't agree. West, actually.
Go ahead.
West.
What y'all gotta say on this?
Yeah, thank you. I'm here.
We're back.
We're back. That's all good. You said the question was, does media have an influence on
No, is it the problem
Is it-
with how we receive information?
the problem, how we receive information? It can be.
That's the wait. Before you get
Yeah.
into this,
It can
you're
be.
not going to like ride the fence on this. You
No,
have to
no,
pick
no.
a side.
He got
Oh,
to choose.
let me
Yeah.
finish. I just listened to a 20 minute debate between both of y'all.
Yo, I knew this was coming.
He said, "Shut the hell up! I'm talking."
Go ahead.
I'm gonna shut the hell up and talk, but you gonna pick a side.
Media has an influence on how people act, pretty much. It can be easily swayed. Look what happened January 6th, 2 years ago.
That didn't happen.
Listen to me. Oh, that's a great. I'm be quiet.
Okay.
It didn't happen though.
Okay. It didn't.
That's what they say now.
Right.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right. And they can be swayed either way. There's bad news, that the media puts out there. There's good news. I don't know
What fake news?
and fake news. The fake CNN. That's what I was told. That's what I hear.
I'm talking about what you say.
I don't know what fake news is.
Okay. Perspective.
But when it comes when it comes to like social media, look at the dating aspect of it. When you're dating, some relationships thrive through online, as opposed to meeting in person, because you're more transparent when you're online. You can remain anonymous, probably more clear about what your goals are, as opposed to meeting somebody in person. It takes that element out. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Especially if you're talking about yourself. But more than likely, if we on social media, for example, if we just post something, likely we're talking about stuff that interests us. Right? It's almost like a drug. It's like a, what do you call it? You're so in tune to what you want to talk about and discuss. Your brain gives off dopamine, It's like a feel good drug.
Yeah, that's dope.
Right, dopamine. So when that happens, you're eager to pick up your phone because you want to see what the notification is. More than likely, they might be elaborating on something I posted or whatever. Average American's phone is within arm's reach of themselves. They did a study on that. You ever been so occupied, so busy to where you thought your phone vibrated or rung and you went and checked and nothing happened?
So
I
you're
think
saying,
it has an influence on how people.
I asked if it had influence. I said, is it the problem with how we consume? Do you think media is a problem with how we consume information? So say if I said, hey Orlando, could you tell me when the first ship hit, the US? And you say, oh, okay. Would you go to Google? Would you go to Facebook, Instagram, or would you go and look up or try to find a book that talked about these things?
I would try to find a book.
Okay.
Yeah.
The average person is not going to try to find a book.
Absolutely.
And that's why I say, when I'm giving my answer, why I'm questioning you,
But
I say it is a problem. I'll give you a small story. I was in my mid-20s. I would look at the news faithfully. I felt like I missed something if I didn't look at the news.
right.
And it put so much in my head, like, Sean, you can't go this way. You can't go over that way. You gotta look out for this. You gotta look out for that. And it got to the point to where, and I like to got to some of my church folk. I fasted and said, you know what? I'm gonna stop looking at the news and see how my life changed.
Right.
Because it was time for me to do something. Because I felt like, you know what? I stopped looking at the news. Nothing changed. Nothing changed on how I moved.
Right.
I didn't have these floating ideas in my head that if I go around here, I'm gonna get shot up. If I go around here, my car gonna be. Me personally, if it's gonna happen to you, it's gonna happen to you.
You didn't feel sheltered.
Right. If
Right.
they gonna pull up at your door or whatever, it's gonna happen. Regardless to where you at, it's gonna happen. Now I'm not saying I know my city. I'm not gonna just go, leave my doors open,
Right.
in certain areas of the city. But I was letting the news couture how I thought. And I think personally, that's how the media can push the narrative. And they say, okay, just like if we turn on the news right now, because we're a majority Black city,
Right.
the only crimes you're going to see are from Black people. You're not going to see them reporting on crimes of white people unless it's some senator or some governor or something, some big national.
Absolutely.
You're not going to see the regular street, the regular thug on the corner.
Right.
He's not going to look like us. That's the media, and what they have to do, to go back to your point, they have to drive that because it is to sell. In order for this news to continue to get money and to report, we have to sell what y'all gonna consume.
Even if it's fake news.
I'm finna get to that. Let's go to Fox News.
No.
They have so many people. People.
Right.
They have so many people within that network that have defected and left and said, I was tired of lying. I was tired of taking all of these false facts that y'all are telling us to push out here, and I'm done. They leave and they come out and they talk about it. I mean, but it makes so much money. The people that are there are going to continue to lie, and the people that consume that, they walk around with lies and they think it's the truth. They think it's the truth. So that is the problem. The way media portrays things is a problem. I keep talking about AB because it brought so many aspects into how I look at things. When AB's situation first happened, the first thing people said, oh, well, he told the coach this, he told the coach that. Okay, yeah, he did. So that first day, everybody was on one argument.
Right.
The next day, they was like, oh, well, he was supposed to get this incentive. He was supposed to get this incentive. That's why he did it. I would have did it too. So all that argument came out. By the time everything a week later came out, everybody was like, all right, we tired of it. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here.
Yeah.
But nobody just took time to look at the bigger picture and say, do nothing.
Right. Is it?
He
He said
he's
he
not
didn't have
nuts.
mental issues.
He's selfish. He's selfish, immature.
So, and I know this
And
is
this
gonna be
is
a little off, and I get it. That's your opinion,
Mhm.
but like my man really did have surgery, and I'm not saying he didn't have all of the other stuff too.
Mhm.
I'm not saying that, but I think sometimes we want to place mental health people on people who don't, especially AB. I'm gonna speak specifically,
Which he said, I'm not.
not specifically.
Yeah, like the ocean.
Yeah, coach.
And he said,
So anyway,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you good. But what I want to say is like, people always want to label. Why are we continuously labeling people to actually pacify the masses? That's the media. That is exactly what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Because we don't know if what he's saying is true or what Bruce Arians is saying is true.
Right.
What we know is we have an opinion on what happened.
Mhm.
And our opinion is to pacify ourselves on being able to say, I feel comfortable with believing this.
Right.
And that's the problem that I'm kind of coming up with as we get older.
Mhm.
And some of those things that I could, me personally, I'm like, I believe this because this is what's gonna make me not think about this.
Right. No more. It's done.
I'm done.
It's all to the side.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's why he came out himself and said, I don't have no mental health issues.
Mhm.
Tampa Bay put money aside for him to go see a therapist. They just came out this week and said they had put money aside for him to go see a therapist. He said he didn't do it. So, but what was funny, like you said with the media, that's the first thing they come out with.
You know
So
why?
then everybody was like, "Oh, that brother need help." I
Yeah.
don't need help.
Yeah.
He know what he doing.
But it grabs attention. And I don't want to say what you're saying is wrong, Sean.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But I understand, like, yo, I don't know if you remember, but AB was initially traded to the Bills and he tweaked out. For that.
Right.
So I actually have my own disdain for him. Because of that. But at the same time, disdain. I have my own. But at the same time, I also want to get his brother, because he is a brother, I want to give him an opportunity to make sure that his side of the story is told as well.
He's
Because
doing that.
and he has, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he hasn't had an opportunity to speak.
He has though.
What I'm telling you is this might be his last opportunity to make money off his speech.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you on
You know what I mean? Because I don't disagree with what you're saying, but at the same time, I don't believe it too. I nothing convinces me to say he's just a selfish dude.
Mm.
That's all I'm saying. Me.
that.
And
Okay.
it could be. You could be right. We can talk about this next week, and I'll be like, "Hey, Sean, he's right." But right now, currently, I haven't seen enough evidence to say that. Yeah.
I mean, he's been on a bunch of those.
A lot. He
Money.
hit the circle.
Didn't we just talk about money?
Yeah.
As soon as he left the
Yeah,
game,
he
he went to the next game at night.
Right.
Oh, did
Yeah. He was yeah.
He went that night.
He has to. If that's what this
On
is
the
about.
court. Of course I.
How long you gonna stay hot after you stop playing?
Yeah.
Like
The next day he
real.
went and shot a video.
He did.
Next day
What
he
kind of
hit the
video?
Is he
it was
wrong?
music.
It
It was
was
a
music.
music video.
He rap.
So what I wanted to say was, like, you gotta understand how to strike when the iron is hot.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
why I say
He
that.
capitalized.
Yeah, you gotta
I
capitalize
ain't
on
mad at
those
him.
moments. Because when people forget about you,
Mhm.
it'll be 30 years before they want to hear from you again. What really happened
And he's one of them people that need to be
in the
spotlight
spotlight?
and spot.
I'm not convinced of that yet.
Willie Beamer.
Sean, when it
I
comes to
think it's
the
late.
when it comes to the media,
Screaming.
Box. Baby, give us a shout out back, baby.
hey, when you were fasting, because the meat, when you were fasting from the meat, was there an itch
No, I didn't.
that you wanted to tackle to see what
I
was
think-
going on out there?
You know why? Because it was people. I think we don't realize how much our train of thought forms our circles.
Right.
So when I stopped looking at the news, I would get to work. A lot of people that I talk to every day, they still watch every day. So what they want to talk about?
Good news.
The news.
What's going on in the world?
To this day,
Right.
people come like, "Oh, you heard about that girl that got shot at such a? Oh, you heard about
Mhm.
this dude?" I'm like, "Nah, I didn't." Oh, okay. And then if
Yeah.
it interests me enough, I'll go and look
Yeah,
at it. But it's not something that I'm looking. I don't have that itch to go back and be like, every once in a while, like if some runoffs or something, elections or
Right.
something I'm interested in. But just the daily news,
Yeah.
the local daily news, No, I had no desire. I have no desire.
I'm gonna be honest. I had a college professor, my freshman year of college, and I wish I could remember her name, but I don't. But she was my English 101 teacher, and the one thing she told me was that she did not watch TV.
Mm-hmm.
She said, "I read books." I said, "Well, how do you keep up with the world?" I remember this. We didn't have a conversation at school. She walked into, I was working at a hardware store at the time, and she walked in there, and we were having conversations. And, well, I didn't work, like all that nonsense. I said, well, how do you keep up with what's going on? She said, I talk to people. And she, at the time, easily was in her 50s.
Mm-hmm.
She said, I get all my information from you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I make my decisions on what's going to go on and what's happening. She said, but TV, I don't want to be programmed. I remember that.
Wow.
Sitting in Chase Pickens on Bailey and Sheridan. I remember that.
I don't know these addresses.
You don't, but the people who do, if you're out there, they understand what Chase Pickens used to do. That wasn't for you, Sean.
All right.
Yeah. A lot of this isn't for you, but I'm gonna give it to you. No, well, for real. But like, and so like, I understand that. And it's funny because I was really into like talking to people and like getting information from them.
Mm-hmm.
And now as I've gotten older, because she said that, like she told me that. But as I've gotten older, I don't know.
What's the best method of promotion? Word of mouth.
That's right.
Word of mouth. And the reason that is because I know you personally.
It's a personal
It's
conversation.
a personal conversation. So if I ask you, hey, did you like this slutty vegan? You'd be like, nah, it wasn't for me. And I know what kind of food you like and how you cook and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay,
I ain't
know what the
going
hell
in.
you talking about. You know, or yeah,
Right.
I
I ain't in a rush to go.
exactly.
Right.
I ain't
As
in a
opposed to
rush.
me watching a commercial and
Uh-huh.
with this burger, you know,
Right.
all this and that.
Shout out to Sluggy.
Shout out to
Vegan.
Slutty
Yeah,
Vegan, man.
yeah.
Doing their thing.
Pinky, big ups to you, man. Big ups to you.
Big ups.
We can't wait to get you on the show. It's coming soon.
Yes,
So
indeed.
hopefully.
Yes, indeed.
But hope on that. I don't like your face, Ralph.
I was swinging right over there. What you got, bro?
Moving on.
It's gonna happen.
All right,
Moving on.
moving on. Let's go on to.
It should have.
It can't still.
I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah. I let stuff go. You told me to let stuff go.
He ain't gonna let it
I
go.
ain't let that go.
Yeah.
Now you see,
There you go.
it's
You know, I was
it's
thinking
gonna
about
come through.
Donnell Jones the other day too. I was listening to Donnell Jones.
I can get a Donnell on here for y'all.
I know a Darnell.
I know a Donnell. Don't do that, man. Shout out to my brother Donnell, man. Donnell, man. It's all big love,
Yes,
man.
indeed. Moving on. This one is crazy. Yeah, that one was left
He
field.
crazy. Oh yeah.
But
I was in
it
left. I started in the left
It was
field, so I
great.
can't be mad at him for saying, yeah.
Nope.
Yup. We don't get him in here though.
Do we accept apologies from people that had did something a while ago? It could be somebody personal. It could be somebody in the media. Anything. Do we accept apologies from people when time has pushed?
I guess it depends on the severity of it. You know, if it was that traumatic to me, nah, you know, I might forget I won't forget what happened. You know what I'm saying? But you might apologize. It's really gonna wait. You know what I mean?
I mean, is it any solace to forget, or do you just say, "Nah, I ain't accepting your apology," and keep that same energy you had back then?
I'm still with the severity of it, bro.
Leo gang.
I'm just
Bang. Bang.
then I'm gonna remind you too. But you know, most of the time I'll accept an apology. I like to sleep at night. I like peace.
Well,
I
you
like
just-
rest.
So you just changed it.
No, he didn't.
He
No.
did. So
No, he gave you a Leo answer.
he said no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But then
the
he turned and
severity of
said
it.
in most. Oh, it's based off
The
severity.
severity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I jump in on
What
that
you got
too?
for
Let
that?
me tag you on that with my Leo brother right here. You know, we do that Leo thing. Yeah, no, I'm about to crank this joint up and get cocky with it. So, listen, yeah. Anyway, yo, to piggyback off of what brother said, like, yo, I get that. Like, sometimes the severity of it is like, oh, you know what? I accept your apology because you are acknowledging that you did me dirty, but fuck you. I'm good.
Mhm.
I'm good. I don't wish no because that's not who I am at heart. I don't wish nothing bad on you, except for the guy. I don't wish nothing bad on the guy either. But like, I don't wish nothing bad on you. But at the same time, again, like, yo, if you see me in the streets, man, keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of the history, if you see me, I want the best for you, but I can't rock with you no more,
Right.
because I see who you are as a person. And once I see who you are as a person, the apology, that's cool. Thank you. But like, yo, just keep moving. I'm okay with that. So I understood exactly what you were saying. When you
Right.
said that.
Sure.
Because as a Leo, it's a part of my heart that's gonna say, like, if
So
I
is that,
loved you,
is that accepting the apology, or is that just
no, I'm gonna accept it. No, I accept. No, I don't care about them.
You gotta rock with them. No.
I don't care about it. It's accepting their apology to pacify them. It's accepting the apology for me to be able to move forward. Because if you never apologize every time I'm gonna see this, I really think you got over on me. Because I already think that I'm royalty and that you can't get nothing past me. Am I lying?
Right. Not at all.
So at the point that I feel that,
Pacific.
like the ocean,
Like the
I want to be vast and wide, like the ocean, Pacific. No, but for real, like I don't, like, okay, you think you got over it, and that's cool. You know what I mean? Even if you really got over, that's cool. But it can't happen again, because I'm not gonna let you get that close. So either way it goes, man, sometimes you gotta accept apologies in dead situations. You know what I mean? Why you don't call me no more? Because I'm good. Like that thing that happened, I accepted your apology, but I'm good.
Yeah.
And I love you from over here.
That's a colorful description of You know, probably when Sean said my stuff was colorful, like, I feel like, yo, that Taurus kicked in here. Like, yeah, whatever. That was extra on that.
What about you?
You know, people ask me a lot, Sean, why you act like don't shit bother you? Because I don't let a lot bother. So if somebody come out the blue and they just like, man, I'm sorry. I already don't come off. You already wrote on.
Right.
So whatever you say now, whatever, I actually told somebody, look, I've grown from what happened. I hope you can live with your. And I was done. Like, we ain't got nothing else to talk about. So,
It hurt you.
yeah. I went through, it was tough.
Yeah.
So, but I grew from it.
I see.
That's the thing, I grew from it. So, no, I don't really, I already didn't care. So whether you apologize or not, I didn't care.
Let me ask you a question, and it kind of goes with this. Have you ever been in the world and seen like a tree that kind of grew around something, like it split,
Yeah.
but grew back together around something? Like, that's how I kind of feel when it comes to what you're speaking right now. Because this has to be somebody close to me.
Right.
That I actually will be like, you know, I love you. I really do love you. I can't rock with you no more. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how I feel. I feel like that is the part, whatever the tree had to grow around to become whole again. That's me.
I'm kind of bothered those pictures.
Not bro.
Because he did it quick, real quick. We ain't taking a whole lot of time. We just gonna get right into it. Put a little dab here.
Oh, right.
Happy tree.
I'm going back to be a studio audience next week.
That can't be cool.
Oh, man.
What you got, AT?
I'm still a work in progress. I don't. I will always remember you from that. Why? We can still be around each other. Every time I look at you before anything else, I will remember that. That was just how I'm cut. So we might, you know what I'm saying, laugh it up after that. It ain't being fake, it's me processing. Because I still want to punch you in your shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'd rather just, I try to put the best things about you ahead. But that moment is what it is.
Is that how you like to be remembered as well?
Yeah. I want people to say whatever they don't say, and I'll be okay with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like if I ever did you wrong, say whatever you're gonna say. Just say everything.
The whole story.
The whole story.
That's what I love about Ralph.
Say the whole story.
That's one thing
You
I
can
honestly
say
believe.
I was this, that, and the other, but tell everything. Because I'm pretty sure the whole time I wasn't this, that, and the other.
Because you would have been here that long.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with me is to do me wrong. I feel like
It's the real.
yeah, like, you meant that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That was a conscious decision you made. I don't think shit happens just because it happened. Not one on one shit.
Coincidence.
Yeah, I don't believe in one on one shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, this happened. Boom. Damn, I fucked that nigga up. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe shit. I think when you wake up, you made that decision. So with me, it's like we were talking about flex tricks and shit. But, you know,
I ain't triggered nothing.
yeah,
I'm just
he
talking
knows
on the
exactly what I'm
podcast.
talking about, but
I don't know what you're talking about.
you know,
Like I'm here on the podcast having a good time.
it's just
I'm gonna put that on flex. You don't want to bloody. You're not gonna muddy my name.
it's just with me, man. It's just I got you.
Mm.
And we can. I hear the word. People apologize. I hear. Them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Who say they mean it?
Yeah, that's true too. I don't believe in it though.
If I'm a benefit to you, you're gonna apologize.
Mm-hmm.
But that could be still for you. That ain't got nothing to do with me. You don't mean shit. You just said it. You just said it because you know I'm open enough to be like, I hear you.
But sometimes you gotta let karma catch up to Jazzo.
That's real.
Gotta spin the block for you. If you really
that's
God
real.
definitely
That's
will
real.
spin the block.
I be trying to meet him now though.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I be trying to. He might. Hey,
He be looking at Ralph, what you doing here?
yeah, how you get us over?
I had you on a whole other mission on the other
Like
side of
that's
the world.
that's why like when I had issues with people, I try to address it then.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not let it linger. Let's not counsel through nobody else. Let's address it. It might not be in the tone you like.
Mm-hmm.
So you're aggressive and rude.
Very much so. Very much so.
Got a t-shirt like that.
You do. I did see him with a rude and
I
aggressive.
mean, and I ain't bragging on it, but that's just who I am.
Right.
You know why? Because I fuck with people the long way. If I really fuck with you, it's all the long way. Your flaws,
Mm-hmm.
good things about you, what other motherfuckers don't. If I fuck with you, I fuck with you. So if you get on that side of me, believe me, you did that shit on purpose.
So when I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you.
Right.
The guy.
Pretty much. He ain't even got a name.
The guy.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
Shout out to the guy, man. You need some love too. Not from the 18th, but
good luck
Not
being
for
my
me.
friend. No, but for real.
Man. Look here, man. Y'all see this? We got the new logo jumping off. My homeboy Flex, man. Y'all got to check that website, rootintellect.com, man. Look, I'll let you.
I appreciate that.
Jumping off.
You ain't have to do that, man. I appreciate it.
I got another little plug I got to do. My homeboy Ray Daniels. Everybody from the hood around College Park know who he is. He made the double XL cover.
Shout out.
Yeah, manager,
Big up,
A&R,
big
man,
up,
he's
big up.
doing big things. Good dude, man. We went to school together. We actually worked together too. But his head was focused, self-made. He's doing good, man. Look up his stats. He worked with a lot of great people, man. I just wanted to big him up, people from around the way that's making it. We gonna be there too. Hopefully y'all be bigging us up on the magazine. So real soon y'all will be. I ain't gonna say hopefully. Y'all will be doing it. And
I'm man, like my brother said.
Oh, man.
yeah, so man, we appreciate y'all kicking it with us again. Hit the like, the subscribe.
I'm glad you called it. Because they would have killed you on
Yeah,
social
that's right,
media.
man. I'm not gonna let it slide. Yeah. Go and hit that like button and subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend. We're gonna do this on the weekends, on Saturdays. We also open the room back up for the people that was in the group. Y'all heard the news. If you didn't, look at it from the beginning. Few changes gonna be made, but we still gonna keep it jumping. We're gonna keep it real grown, interesting, interactive. That's why we're doing this live. We want people to interact a little bit more. So we're still in the working phases of this, but it's gonna get better. Y'all know how we do. We start something and we're gonna clean it up as we go. So y'all just ride with us, man. We appreciate the ones that always do. It's about that time.
Already? What time is it?
It's that time to get up out of here.
That music that they all love.
Yeah. That's the You got to get up home. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here.
That's like when Before I Let Go come on in the club
Right.
and the lights cut
You
on.
knew it was time.
You already know what
You
it
better
is. When
find-
you hear the song,
find
you
that
know
girl
what it
you
is.
was with.
Right.
Get that number.
Yeah.
You ain't get it till you ain't get
You
it.
ain't getting it. Don't be mad at the dude that been buying her drinks all night.
Right.
Yeah, just shot. But yeah, man, we appreciate y'all, man. I'm done. It's your boy Colin Paul.
Afro Rican, take us up out of here, 18.
Yo, before we go, I want to give a shout out to all my fellow podcast groups out there. Some good groups out there. We got Cars Corner, Just Listen, Controversial Lab,
Big up, big up, big up.
League of Extraordinary Assholes.
Don't play yourself.
Don't play yourself. He got another show. We gotta get this guy on the show. Call us, Shook.
Yeah.
That's a blue
We
smoke.
trying to, he
No,
got
that's
another
all.
one with
That's all.
his wife. He got one with his wife. So, everybody check them out, man. They got good content, man. Some of them funny, controversial. Some of them they just cool. Check them out though. On the 18.
Yo, what up? It's the God Flex. Only thing I want to say, Soundproof Hunger Room, y'all know what it is. We appreciate your love and support for the group. Like, we need more moderators. As we grow bigger, we need actual people who are willing to help us moderate the group. So if that's something that you might think that you're interested in, please, please, please reach out. If you see me in the streets, in the Publix or whatever, and you run up on me, like, I'm not a person I'm not friendly. You know what I'm saying? To people I don't know. So I just want to say that I do love you, but just make sure, like, you kind of got to, state your name and who you represent. Bailey style, root intellect. Let's go.
That sounds personal. Eh?
I love you, mama.
Oh, it's too late for you to drop F-bombs and everything. It's too late for that. Sir. Yeah.
I'm expressive, man. I'm a passionate speaker.
Tell it to her.
I'm expressive. I'm a passionate speaker.
Shout out, man.
Oh, man.
Again, shot.
Yeah, we had one hiccup.
What?
The camera was